Incompetent African dads. Can we talk about the fact that African fathers are some of the worst fathers out there? In my household, my mom was the one who did everything. From building the furniture to mowing the lawn, to shoveling snow, even as far as cleaning father's car. Backstory: I'm Nigerian and I was partially raised in Brooklyn, New York. My family dynamic wasn't always this. Was both of my parents used to work, but there was a credit card fraud that happened in Nigeria. I guess they were able to flee to America and the suspects fraudulently put a picture of my father as a suspects. On the identification form all the info was incorrect: the name, height, weight, even the birthday. BC of that, my father lost his job and a lot of our family members kind of shunned him. After the NYPD found out that my father had nothing to do with it, his record was wiped and his job offered him his position back. Obviously BC of pride, my father decided not to come back. ABD kind of distanced himself from most about extended family. I think it was more a trust thing. But anyways, that was in 2006. Fast forward to now, we moved to PA in 2013. My mother JS a accountant and my dad was a real estate broker. But BC we moved a place like New York City to Pennsylvania field. JS very different here, so JT was hard for him to find a bother job. He doesn't work anymore other than the business my parents inherited from their parents in Nigeria, and sits in the house all day long. This man does absolutely nothing. He's the type to watch me and my little brother out in this terrible heat cutting the grass, telling us we did a terrible job and that we missed a spot instead of coming outside to help. I remember at some point me, my brother, my older sister and even mother were all outside helping out with cutting the grass in our backyard. Everyone was doing something but him. He's on his phone all day, hogd the TV every day, wakes up say 12 noon every day, and has the guts to tell me that I'm too Americanized and that nigeriab daughters back home wake up at the crack of fucking dawn to make their parents breakfast. For one, my mom likes her breakfast a particular way, so she prefers to just make JT myself, and for my father, that man don't come downstairs until past noon. So what sense does JT make for me to be waking at 5, 6 a.m. to make you breakfast if it going to just sit there for majority of the day? I get he has had his fair share of trauma, but he projects that sit on me. The peculiar punishments like me not being allowed enter the kitchen or eat, and what he knows that I'm starving he'll go tell my siblings to go dish me an amount JF food that isn't enough. When I was younger they used to lock me up in the bathroom for hours. I also struggled with incontinence, to which my therapist said she think it's a trauma response. BC I wasn't always like that. JF I wet the bed, I couldn't celebrate birthdays, I was talked down to dehumanized at some point. For weeks they made me sleep in the bathroom so I don't wet the bed. They also used to lock me up in our basement over the most dumbest things. To this day I haven't spoken to him in over a year and plan to keep it that way. My sister says that she thinks he is still depressed over that whole identity credit card theft thing. Which I understand, but it has been damn near 20 years. ABD nothing has changed, he's still a lazy bum. My mom plans and pays for every thub, she's the one who will drive. She will be the one to book flights and hotel room with no assistance to him. Even as far as being active in school life he never presents unless we beg him to. Not mention he is also very verbally abusive and physically too. He tells me without him or my mom I would be out there abusing drugs and selling my body. At some point when I was in middle school I rebelled a lot. BC they were so overbearing and controlling. They thought I joined a gang and that I was selling drugs. ABD all that BS. If you've read any of my rants you'll see I got my nose pierced, which is the main cause on why I don't speak to them anymore. I just want y'all's opinion. Was Jay wrong for leaving? I couldn't keep going with it anymore, and as the years went by it's just kept getting worse. They always have something to complain about, and everything I do is never good enough for them.